Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to Mr. Sugeng as an English lecturer and all of the friends here. Let me first introduce myself. My name is Nafla Siti Azzura, and I am the moderator for today's presentation. Today, we're going to talk about agricultural research that we have summarized as well as reviews based on the journals we have chosen. Before the presentations begin, let me first introduce the member of our group. First, there is Nikmatus Sakdiyah, Kezia Primalevi Budiono, Naning Intan Sari, Nafla Siti Azzura Sukma, and then Prescelia Dinda. So one of my friends, Nikmatus, will begin the presentation, and I welcome the following time and screen.
Okay, thank you. Journal identity title, effect of application of poultry manure and wood as on corn, their maize performance. Journal of Horticulture and Plant Research, volume and page, volume 4, page 11 until 16. Journal years, 2018, date 15 November 2018. Writer, Gio Dayo Olekpende Oji Ayodele and G.I. Ogunwele. Reviewers, Group 8. Next. Discussion, introduction. A field experiment was conducted to evaluate the effect of application of poultry manure and wood as on the growth and yield of maize. The maize-L poultry manure is applied 2 weeks before planting to allow for proper decomposition. Wood, as in applied the day before planting. There were 3 treatments in total, including control and treatment arranged in a randomized block rat with 3 replication. Wood ash was found to provide the lowest nitrogen values as well as the vegetative growth of maize. This could be attributed to the fact that nitrogen tends to evaporate when in contact with alkaline media and consequently affect maize vegetative growth. The next will be explained by Naning.
Okay, thank you. Discussion. The experiment was carried out at the teaching and research from of the Faculty of Agricultural Sciences, University of Agroecotechnology, now Agroecotechnology State University. A line area measuring 50 times 25 was plowed, hardwood and sulfur soil centered 0 until 55 collected randomly and grouped together, from which a composition sample was taken. The samples are dead and patient to since and analyzed for major physical and chemical properties using methods outlined by International Institute of Tropical Agriculture (IITA). The different composition of poultry manure and wood ash mean that their support of plant growth will vary. The study set off to determine the effect of poultry manure and wood ash on the growth and yield of maize. Next. Various effects made by IITA. Soil amendment. The material was used as soil amendment for poultry manure and wood ash. Poultry manure was collected from the livestock until of the teaching isolation from University of Agroecotechnology. Sodas were collected from a soil at Agroecotechnology and was brought to produce wood ash. Plating material. Hero made variety DZSRE was sourced from the seed processing until of the Ekiti State Agricultural Development Programs. The same were treatment with upfront plus 50 before planting. The next will be explained by Prescelia.
Okay, thank you, Naning. Establishment 2 weeks before planting, the stock manure was applied and mixed with the surface layer of its growth. Harvesting and processing. Harvesting of the maize crop was carried out 11 weeks after planting. Next. Discussion. The results showed with poultry manure significantly increased plant height and grain yield, but has no significant effect on the number of leaves in leaf area with 12 centimeter and 3,403.6 centimeters squared, respective. The value of plant height and leaf area of the control were relative height compared with other treatments. This can be attributed to the availability of nitrogen in the soil. The wood as was found to give the lowest value for nitrogen as well as vegetative growth of maize. This can be attributed to the fact that nitrogen tend to volatilize when in contact with alkaline medium and consequently affect vegetative growth of maize. Next will be delivered by Kezia.
Okay, thank you. The conclusion of this journal is, this journal contains about the study was carried out to evaluate the effect of soil application of some environmentally hazardous materials, namely poultry manure, would act on the growth and yield of maize. The amendments were applied and worked into the topsoil prior to planting. 3 maize seeds were planted, which was later thinned to 1 stand after 2 weeks of planting. The treatments were replicated 3 times. Measurements of growth parameters are plant height, leaf area, and number of leaves was recorded from 3 until 9 WAP while crops were harvested, shelled, and weighed. The advantage of this journal is, according to research findings, poultry manure may be a viable alternative for increasing maize production, particularly when inorganic fertilizer costs are high. Furthermore, soils that are high in N but low in other nutrients can be improved with a mixture of poultry manure and wood ash. The disadvantage of this journal is it is important to ensure that these organic amendments does not contain any unknown or toxic additives that could inhibit plant growth. The costs involved were not assessed in the study. As a result, additional research can be conducted to assess the financial implication. The next slide, I will return it to the moderator.
Okay, that was the presentation from our group today. If there is any flaw and mistake, I sincerely apologize. Thank you for your time, and we hope that the information we have shared will be useful to all of us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.